habits. I'm very excited about today's video. As you might have seen already, the beginning of the year, a lot of people get very excited, especially, I want to say maybe, yeah, it's fair to say that in the wellness space. I would love to invite you, if you are feeling a little anxious about joining the wave of creating resolutions, following the resolutions, creating new habits. I would love in this video to explain everything I have experienced in my own journey about creating new habits. And I want to invite you to listen, of course, stay until the end of the video, because I'm going to give you really juicy, really good steps that you can take to actually create habits that last, habits that in 6 months you can say, oh my god, I that worked, because it's not common that they work. So let's jump into it. I'm really excited to finally put this video together. I've been thinking, reflecting about it, and I know we all need it. I will be super happy to see that what I'm going to share can really help and inspire some of you. A lot of people start doing dry January. They start saying, I'm gonna go back to the gym, I'm gonna get back to my fitness routines and all these things. I'm gonna start eating healthier. And I want to share what I am experiencing at the moment, because I'm in it at the moment. I feel like my personality, I'm a risk taker person, I'm an action taker baby. I love being active, and I love taking action and seeing results, and being curious and exploring different ways of doing life and understanding human beings. So that's in a space that I feel very confident, and because I've been in that space practicing, everything about many things about neuroscience and psychology and spirituality, hypnosis and all these things. So yeah, I'm very used to, I feel confident. I just jump into it and I don't think much about it. But we all have, that subject, that area in our lives that it is a little challenging. Very vulnerably, I'm going to share that body image right now is a sensitive subject for me. As you can see, I'm a very petite person my whole life. Since I was little, I was always the small one, the tiniest, and I was always very happy with the shape of my body. I'm not gonna get too deep into my whole journey, but the older I get, of course, aging starts appearing in our lives, and our metabolism starts also changing. And Christmas is, I'm from Colombia. If you are a little familiar with our culture, Christmas is a big deal for us. We do a lot of delicious food that most of us get super excited to eat and share during this time of the year. So it's been, a thing that during Christmas we eat a lot of delicious things. So at the beginning of the year, it's just like that little awareness of, woo, I need to start getting rid of some things in my diet. So it hit me a little hard this time. I think that I think it's important to say is that you're free to do also your little research about habits. You can ask these days, it's just super easy to ask ChatGPT about anything. But I know we all have this awareness already that the reason why changing, creating new habits, creating change in our lives is so difficult for humans is because in history, if we go back to where we were Homo sapiens, if we look at evolution of humans, anything that was different, everything that was new, it meant unsafe. It wasn't safe. So we in our brains is being rewired for many years that things that are new, our nervous system responds that way. Everything that is new, everything that is different, we resist it. So the thing with habit is to find the way that works for us, knowing that that's the nature of how humans are, a way that really can just flow with that nature, that we don't feel like we are forcing it. So a lot of people create the resolution and they jump into going, let's say, if you didn't work out for a whole month in December, like they go in January to the gym every single day, they stop drinking alcohol, they stop eating sugar. Like that's so extreme. And that's the reason why habits don't stay. So we know already, like I'm just reminding you, I'm sure you are familiar with all these things that I'm sharing. I think they say that it's 21 days that we need to repeat the new habit, so it stays. I like to do the 30 days. You choose. The one important thing that I want to mention too is that find, based on what I'm going to share, based on your own little research, find a way that fits, that matches your personality, right? We all have different levels of energy. I am a person that I'm not a full-time person. I don't have high energy every single day of my life. I have to really flow with the levels of energy that I have. Sometimes I have a lot of energy, sometimes I don't have a lot of energy. So saying that we are gonna do the same thing every single day, that's not sustainable. So find some structure, that's what I want to say. Find some structure, but give yourself some freedom to flow into that structure. So now I'm going to share the steps I have taken, and I'm gonna, through the process of describing each step, I'm gonna also give you the example of what I am experiencing at the moment, the habit that I'm trying to create, that I'm trying to implement in my life. As I mentioned, I am experiencing some self-image situation, some things that I would love to change in my relationship with my body image. First step to create a new habit, to create change in our lives, is to, I invite you to have a journal. I also share in my videos that recording voice notes, find your own way, but a journal is just the most effective, the best way to track what's happening. And we need, in this process, 21 days, 30 days to really track. I'm saying like 21 to 30 days, but if it's a good habit, just keep doing it. Like just have that mark, just to kind of challenge yourself to not do less than that. But I'm sure if you apply what I'm going to share with you, you are gonna keep it. You're gonna want to keep it. You're gonna feel so good about yourself that you are not only gonna keep it, but you're going to start applying this to many other things in your life. Okay, so now that we have our journal, the first thing is to write down what you want. In my case, my relationship with my body image is not super healthy at the moment. So I want for this 2025 to fully love myself. And I invite you to just freely write down everything that you feel about that image. And what we want to find in this first part of writing down, journaling about, sorry, not body image, about that habit, about that goal, that resolution. And the thing is, like, people make lists of 5-10 different resolutions. Like, I mean, that works sometimes for some people. I don't want to say that it doesn't work, but if you find yourself, as I am, in trying to break a habit, trying to do something challenging, we really need to be very gentle with ourselves. We really need to create a loving process. If you're already at a place where things are just super easy, I've been in those places. Right now it's not the case. Sometimes I create change very easily. This is a very sensitive change that I'm making at the moment. It's really triggering a lot of parts in myself. Like, it's just different for everyone. But there are people that want to stop smoking weed, drinking alcohol, and they have a lot of codependency to these substances. People that want to stop, I don't know, it's just crazy ideas that coming to my mind, sleeping around. being in toxic relationships, many things, you know. So depending on how sensitive the thing is, you might have to create a very gentle, loving process. So let's go back to journaling. Write freely everything that you feel, what you want and how you feel about it, because in this process, in this first step, you are going to find out your beliefs, because that's the core of changing, creating a new habit. Don't create the new habits and they don't stick because of the beliefs. You want to stop drinking alcohol, um, that's your resolution, that's your goal. Maybe you want to stop using substances for 2025. And so that's the vision. I want to stop using substances. Now you can start exploring what is it that you think about using substances. So you might think that maybe using substances keep you distracted from other things that you've been wanting to do. Maybe you want to start new projects, maybe you want to have a change in your career, maybe you want to start reading more books. I don't know, maybe you want to travel, and maybe when you use substances, you are like very sleepy and distracted. So by being curious and exploring what is it that you think, what are your beliefs about it, that can give you clarity of how is it that you want to feel. So beliefs and the vision. What is the vision? I want to feel every day of my life like I am clear, I am energized. I want to feel like I have time to read the books that I want, that I have the inspiration to book the trips that I want to, that I want. I want to feel connected and present with my body, with my friends, with everything I do. So now that you have that clear vision, I go to the third step. So I'm sorry, the first one is like 1 and 2. Was your vision number 1? And number 2, it's your beliefs. Now that you have those things, you've been journaling about these 2 things, we're gonna go to the third step. And the third step is taking action. My favorite for all my action taker babies. It's time to take action. But the one thing, as I've been saying, especially if this whole subject of creating a new habit, it's been a little sensitive, it's been activating, triggering, I'm going to, what's the way to say it, CCAI? Yeah. Consistent, committed, imperfect action. This is the only way you are going to take action from now on. Okay? You have to say yes. There's not perfectionism in this process. We gotta be very gentle and loving with ourselves. So the same thing as maybe you have experienced something similar. Maybe you have created some change in your life already. Maybe you already went through the process of getting into fitness. You know that at the beginning it was a little challenging, and one day you had a lot of energy and you did a lot, and then you went the next day and you were like, I'm too tired. So it does not matter, as every single coach say, as you have here probably in other places, you just gotta show up. That's all you have to do. Baby action takers, we know that's the energy. It does not matter. It's not about perfectionism, it's about just doing it. And the one thing, maybe if you're new to all these concepts, is that when we are consistent and committed, that creates a whole energy. Like we start connecting with this acceptance, with this it's almost like a layer of loving ourselves, where we know that we are doing our best as long as we are showing up. And the thing when you're in that energy, when you say like I am showing up, there's a presence when you do that. So you are already doing the best. If tomorrow you have a different awareness where you are like, oh my God, I could have lifted maybe different type of equipment just to gain a little bit more strength or whatever, that was tomorrow. But the day before, you didn't have that awareness. Okay? So super gentle, super loving with yourself, and just carry that presence in this whole process. So you're gonna get that, you're gonna connect with the presence when you make the click of being committed and consistent. Make that commitment to be committed and consistent. Okay? When you are in that energy, that you wake up and you are like, oh, I'm committed and I'm gonna be consistent, you are already in that presence of doing your best. So carry this at least for the 21st days or the 30 days. I did it for 30 days and I didn't want to stop. I liked more the mark of 30 days. So I'm just giving you ideas. You choose whatever works for you. In this step of taking action, we are also going to write down, because now that you have a clear your vision and how is it that you want to feel. Let's say we can go back to the health goal or resolution. I can speak from my own example. I want to feel healthy and I want to feel like I love my body during the whole day. I don't want to disconnect from loving my body. I want to love myself in every single thing that I do. So now that I want to take action, I need to break down how does that look like? What are the actions I have to take during the day? How does a person that loves their bodies and themselves through a whole day, how do they act? What are the things that they do during the day? How do they feel? How do they think? So that's having that vision. Reflecting about that vision is what is going to give you the steps that you want to take. So for me, that means that, okay, and it's a process. It's like I am doing it and I'm realizing like it's not easy. Like we put so much pressure. Okay, the resolution, now I'm jumping in this thing. And as I said, like people do it for a couple of days and they give up because it is really difficult. If you read about it, if you go to ChatGPT or to Google, research a little bit about what's happening to your brain in your body chemically when we are creating new habits. It's a lot. We put a lot of energy in this. So sorry that I'm getting a little distracted, but so when I break that down, what are the steps that I have to do? Obviously, I find out that I don't want to eat sugar because that's not healthy. Sugar, like processed food, refined sugar, it's just like, I don't know, can get also very passionate about talking about the things that we eat. I'm not gonna get into that today, but yeah, it's killing us little by little. That's a little extreme, but what I truly want to say is that I have noticed already in my body that it changes the levels of energy. I get addicted to it in a way. I get addicted also is a little extreme. I start getting dependent on it. I start noticing that during the day I think about eating desserts the whole day. And I eat it and it's like that hit of dopamine. That can be another video talking about all the things that we do just to get one more hit of dopamine. We are just not aware that that's very much how we operate. Anyway, so it's just I don't feel like I'm having a consistent, clear energy during my day. So if I think about it, what actions I have to do, well, I realized that I have to replace all the sugar that I've been eating during the day. That's not easy. It's not easy. So I got groceries this weekend and I got things to replace the refined sugar I've been eating. So I spent some time making the new recipes. It did work very well. But in the process of doing that, I'm realizing that I'm still missing it, I'm still thinking about it. I went out yesterday and the one thing I was just looking around what was the restaurant I was gonna go to get a dessert. And this is the thing, like when we are creating a habit, it's like we need to find that balance, because it's not like I'm going to stop eating desserts, because I do love desserts, and I think food is not only about chemically the chemical transaction. It is also a lot about share with others, you know, like the whole experience that happens when we eat food. But because I am dependent on it at the moment, that's why I want to create this habit. So maybe after the 30 days I work on creating this new habit, I will start eating, you know, once in a while. But right now I've been eating it very often. So I hope this is giving you also inspiration on how you want to treat the habit, you know. I don't think it's about extremes. I don't think it's about removing the thing completely, but creating a new way to relate to it. I think it is the whole thing about creating a new habit. Okay, so going back to the actual steps that I've been doing, for example, yeah, I started thinking, how does the person that already has what I want feels, thinks, and acts? And that, writing down about that, it gave me the actions I am going to take. So that's the third step. That's how you are going to create the list of actions you imperfectly are going to take consistently and committed every single day from now on. Or step, we're getting almost to the end. It's only 5 steps, and this is very important, probably the most important of the whole video, of the whole process. And I want to, from my bottom of my heart, to insist in this one. You need to, I recommend you, you don't need to, you do you, but I recommend you, if you want to have a good experience and good results with this process, to have fun. You need to have fun, otherwise you're gonna hate it. If you are hating it, if you are not in that energy of, oh my god, I'm enjoying it, this is so cool, there is more chances that you are going to give up. So for example, a way how I'm looking for ways how to have fun, was creating fun recipes with other ingredients that are not refined sugar. So if you are in the same boat as me, I got a bunch of dates. I got some cookies made with, I'm also gluten-free, so gluten-free cookies. Maybe I can link the cookies I got. They're so good. Gluten-free cookies with coconut sugar, with very little amount of sugar, like 5 grams for the whole bag. And so yeah, it's not about punishing yourself. Remember that. How you can create those actions in a way that you are having fun. Find ways that are exciting, you know, that involves a little bit of playing, a little bit of adventure in those actions. So please do not skip this. It's very important. Remember, if you don't have a little bit of this fun element in the process, you might give up. You might not enjoy the process. Last step, also very important, is to, in that journal that you started, in that list of things that you are going to do, I recommend you to track. If you already have a journaling practice, you know, just add it, a few more minutes to your journaling time, just to review how are you feeling, how things are going. Because every single day, since you're gonna start doing this process, I recommend you to celebrate yourself. Celebrate the wins. You know, if you have a gratitude practice, you probably are used to, at some point, morning or night, during your day, to find those things that you're feeling grateful for in your life. So now you're going to add this little section where you are going to celebrate all the process. Like, you are doing something that is not easy. I just told you, like, it's been years in history that we know that for humans, our brains have been wired to not change because it's not safe. Again, I invite you to do your little research to find out more details about the whole evolution of humans. So you're doing something really freaking challenging. So please celebrate yourself. Every single step, like even having the idea, having the inspiration, watching this video. This is a first step in creating something really amazing for your life. And I'm super happy, honestly. Like I'm not like, I'm taking this super seriously. Like I was gonna say a bad word that I don't want to say those words anymore. So, celebrating myself for not doing it. Yeah, I'm taking this very seriously. I'm giving you something that comes from like deep inside. Like I experienced this already. Maybe I didn't share it when I practiced this, but these last 6 months, I started my YouTube channel, and the first videos, you can go back, the first 30 videos, you can see that I posted a video every single day. The feelings I experienced, and I had persistence. You can go and also yeah, that can help you for some inspiration. You can see all the things that I experienced in those 30 days, because I was talking about what I was experiencing during those days. A lot of resistance, but once I went on the other side of the resistance, the feeling of, oh my God, like I was able to do it. I was able to face my fears, my attachments, all the things that stopped me from being the person I want to be. Because I know if you want to create that habit, I know that deep inside you desire to be that other thing that you want to implement in your life. You don't want to be that thing that is, you have the awareness, you already know. So once we have that inner battle, when we fight those resistances, those attachments, the feeling, oh my God, I think maybe I will link that video below. I think there was one day that I didn't want to record the video, and the whole video is like, I am here, I'm super tired, I didn't want to do it, but here I am. And how I felt when I did it, it was just like, oh God. And you bring that energy into your life. So you're changing a habit, but you're also telling your brain that you are capable of having this battle. So you become, I'm getting a little spiritual here, but you become a warrior in your life. If you can do this, you can apply this to other areas in your life, and you can do more. And that's another wonderful thing, very special thing that I'm glad I remember now, and I don't forget to share. Now, today, you are changing this habit. But once you learn that this is fun, that you can do this, that it's like a muscle that is start getting stronger and stronger. So you start doing bigger things, and that becomes your normal way of doing life. So right now, if it's your first time, then you're going to really see that you created a new habit, that you're going to, use this method that I'm sharing. It's new and can be scary, can be like I'm sharing, like the first 30 days that I was posting a video every single day, it can be like overwhelming and all these things. But once you do it the first time, and well, I have to say, yes, right now, for example, there are gonna be times where there's a sensitive subject, like the body image. But even though for me, look at me, look at my energy, like I'm so inspired because I already know it did work for me. So I'm aware that it is a sensitive subject, it's a sensitive new thing that I want to do, is triggering things inside from my past, from my relationship with food, growing up with a nutritionist mom and all these things. But I have the proof in my own mind that I did it already, and I know all the magic and I know all the juice. So I'm not only doing it, now I'm inspiring others to do it. So it gets better and better and better. I'm super excited to be able to share this today. I really hope that you get all the benefits I have experienced, and you start the year, and not only start the year, but you continue carrying this amazing energy for yourself, and hopefully you can inspire other people as well. So much love to you. Best of luck in your process. Peace and love. I hope to see you in my next video.